CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video. In today's video, we have yet another NBA 2K24 My NBA Rebuild, the Restart Challenge, aka the Blow It Up Challenge, in which we trade all 5 starters on an NBA roster before the start of the season in an attempt to win the NBA championship within that same season. We don't care about the future. This video, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves with Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, and Jaden McDaniels as the starting 5. We can choose to keep these other players, or we can also trade them away as well. And nonetheless, we can also go in if there's any draft picks, which the Timberwolves have nearly none after that Gobert trade. We could trade those away too, but I don't think that's really an option in this video. Due to the rule of having to own a first round pick of yours alternate years, we can't trade this away. Cannot trade these picks away, so we are stuck with just trading players in this video. And right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and see what we can get in return for none other than Anthony Edwards. Now we have 2 options here. We can go with a similar overall player here in Jalen Brunson or De'Aaron Fox, or we can go for some depth on this trade. We can trade away Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley for Michael Bridges and Nick Claxton. We could go ahead and also do it for Şengün and Fred VanVleet. The options are endless, really. We could also do Kristaps Porzingis and Derek White, or we could do a James Harden and Zubac trade. Personally, I'm leaning towards either the De'Aaron Fox or the Brunson deal here. And I think just because I like Malik Monk, we're going to go ahead, we're going to settle for this De'Aaron Fox trade. And actually, one thing to note, Anthony Edwards has a 4-star rating, De'Aaron Fox a 4.5. So what I am curious to see in this trade is if we tried to go ahead and flip De'Aaron Fox, are there some better deals coming our way? And I would have to say maybe. We got Trae Young here. We'd have to give up Naz Reid, so not the best look, but that is something to consider. Jalen Brunson popping up again if we wanted to reroute him. But I think we're going to go ahead and keep what we got here as far as what we got in that trade. One other thing we could actually do, though, we could trade De'Aaron Fox and Jaden McDaniels, get Şengün in front of VanVleet, and then you would have VanVleet, Malik Monk, and Şengün in return for essentially what would be Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Mike Conley. So for now, I think we're going to keep with what we got. Let's see what we can get for Towns and Gobert. For Towns, it looks like we are being offered none other than James Harden. That would be quite the fit. We got De'Aaron Fox and James Harden along with Malik Monk. So one of those 3 would probably have to be traded. Julius Randle popping up, not a bad player at all by any means. Pascal Siakam, he's in trade rumors, but we would have to give up Towns and Monk, so not the most ideal look. Bradley Beal, yeah, he's pretty good, right? You know, we could trade for him. Jarrett Allen, Jaren Jackson Jr., that would be a good one too. But let's go ahead and let's also see what we can get for Gobert, just see if the trades are similar, see if they're worse. Looks like Gobert is a 3.5-star rated player as far as trade value is concerned, so we might not get a lot. We do, however, have this Bradley Beal trade available. Not too bad. I'm leaning towards it. I don't like giving up Jaden McDaniels for him, but nonetheless, it is a good quality player, so let's go ahead and do that one. We're going to bring Bradley Beal onto this roster. So now we have De'Aaron Fox, Bradley Beal, Malik Monk. Malik Monk we can probably trade because we're going to be starting Beal in favor of Monk. So if there's some kind of a center or forward that pops up in the trade finder here for Monk, that is something that we would most definitely consider, such as Mitchell Robinson. Any other good quality players though? Yusuf Nurkic, I'm not really excited about that. Alonzo Ball, Al Horford. Yeah, it looks like Zubac might be our best bet as far as, you know, a good quality player in return. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and trade for Zubac here. So let's go ahead and make that deal and get him on the roster. So now we're looking at a starting 5 of Fox, Beal, Zubac, and then I guess we had Naz Reid. We didn't necessarily need to go for a center, but we did. And actually, if we tried to flip Zubac, pretty sure we're not going to get as good value in return. Maybe keeping Malik Monk might have been the move. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, we have No, Draymond Green. I don't really care. Don't really care for Draymond Green. Let's go ahead and trade Towns. See what pops up. Oh, we got DeMar DeRozan now popping up. DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond. We got that Jaren Jackson Jr. trade again. Miles Bridges, Julius Randle. I like DeRozan. Call me a sucker, but Ooh, and Siakam. But then we got to trade Zubac. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, call me a sucker, but I like DeMar DeRozan. Even though Jaren Jackson Jr., of course, you know, he's a quality player nonetheless, but we need some scoring on this team, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I really don't feel like we're making a championship team here, if I'm being honest. This is much worse than the previous video with the Oklahoma City Thunder. But here we go. We got De'Aaron Fox, Bradley Beal, DeMar DeRozan, Zubac, Naz Reid, Drummond. We got too many centers. That's what we have. So we've traded all the way the starters at this point. And so what we could do now, we could see what pops up for Fox. I'm not really expecting a whole lot here. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, nothing that's really getting me excited. That's for sure. I mean, I guess we got Trae Young over there, but that's yeah, nothing too exciting. I guess if you like Jalen Brunson more than Fox, which I kind of do. Oh, and we get a first-round pick. I mean, it's a top 3 protected, but that might be the move, actually. That might be the move. Do the Jalen Brunson deal and then try to flip that draft pick and see if we can get some kind of role player in return. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that. I like Brunson. I like Brunson better than Fox. I'm pro Brunson, being a Mavs fan. So, okay, let's go ahead. We got Brunson, Beal, DeRozan, Zubac, Naz Reid, Drummond. We're going to go ahead and trade that draft pick. There it is. Top 3 protected Knicks pick. Can we get any quality players in return? I guess not. This pick is valued very lowly. Very low. Let's go ahead and pair Drummond with the pick. Maybe we can get some decent forward. I got Caleb Martin here. Who else? Derek Jones Jr. Man, it's just slim pickings here as far as the trades. This is not good. This is not good at all. This team is a first-round exit in the making. All right, this team is trash anyway, so just for fun, we're going to go ahead and trade for Draymond Green here because why not? Oh, we have to add a trade exception. All right, well, whatever. We made the trade happen. Who do we have in this roster now? This is an embarrassing roster. We got Jalen Brunson at the 1, we got Beal at the 2, DeRozan at the 3, Draymond Green at the 4, and Zubac at the 5. I'm not really like a huge fan of this team at all. We got Naz Reid and Saric off the bench, and the bench is the problem with this team. We do have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, so he's pretty good. I'm surprised his overall is so low. We got Shake Milton. He's pretty good too. Jordan McLaughlin is not too bad. To be honest, I don't think we need Naz Reid and Saric. I guess Saric can play the 4, but I am curious to see if we could get someone in return for Saric in the trade finder. I mean, we can get Malik Beasley. I feel like that's a better fit, personally. And anything else? We got Christian Wood. Not really a huge fan of him for this team. Isaiah Joe. I like Isaiah Joe. That could be some scoring off the bench. I think that's what we might end up doing. I think we need a guard off the bench because right now, some of the guards we have, they're not so great. Isaiah Joe could provide that scoring boost. So let's go ahead. Either him or Malik Beasley. But I think we're going to settle with Isaiah Joe. Let's go back over to that trade. And there we go. Isaiah Joe in exchange for Dario Saric. There you go. We'll go back to the rotation. Reset that. There you go. Isaiah Joe is the 7th man on this team. Perfect. We're going to go ahead now, simulate. This team is, like I said, it's a first-round exit in the making. I don't have high expectations for this team, but let's go ahead and see what 2K thinks. All right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning the MVP. You already know who won Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby also getting Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Johnson getting Most Improved. Devin Booker, Clutch Player. Yeah, okay, whatever. We don't care. We don't care about all these awards. We don't care about anything. Our team's trash. If we look at the standings, I'm pretty certain we did not make the playoffs, and that is the case. We did slide up to the 12th seed as opposed to the 14th seed, but still just absolute garbage. We are 5 games back from getting into the play-in. This team, I don't know what happened. What happened here, guys? What happened? I mean, the team should be good enough to make the playoffs, or at least the play-in. I'm not expecting a whole lot. But my, oh my, this team just failed to do anything. Even my low expectations were not met. Beal, the only player averaging 20 plus points per game. DeRozan with 19. Brunson with 19. Nasri with 17. Isaiah Joe and Zubac getting double digits. And Draymond Green only played 50 out of the 82 games. Surprise, surprise. He's getting up there in age for NBA players. And he's a little bit injury prone. So, not a good look. We'll just simulate the playoffs real quick. Who cares? Who cares what happens? We didn't make it. We did cause quite a ruckus as far as, oh my gosh, the New York Knicks. Brunson leaves the Knicks and the Knicks make the playoffs. Who do the Knicks have again? They have De'Aaron Fox and what? Okay, guys, that's what was needed. De'Aaron Fox needed to be on this team instead of Brunson. And the Knicks won the NBA Finals. Nothing makes sense. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think we could have done differently. This one was a difficult one just because the Timberwolves had no picks. They had no depth. They traded away a lot of their picks and depth for Rudy Gobert for who knows what reason, which so far seems to be working out in real life this year. Let me know what you think.